Hi, this is JT with Troop 4, and I'm going to go over some of the things that you're going to need for planning your food for the weekend. This is a weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and this is the food that you're going to need. These are just suggestions, but there are also some of the food that I normally take on weekend trips. It's all pretty lightweight food. One of the things to remember is that you do want to bring no more than 1.5 pounds of food per day. Anything more than that, you're probably not going to eat it. Anything less than that, you're probably going to be hungry. The 1.5 pounds does not include your emergency food, which is part of your 10 essentials, isn't it? So let's go over this really quick. You're going to want to, if you want to team up with someone else, you can. But I would really encourage 2 of you at least to work on your food plan, just so that you have the experience of doing that. So the goal, like I said, is not to have any food left over. So you want to repackage most of the food that you do use. So for breakfast, you're going to want to do something like oatmeal, and that is not the oatmeal, but the oatmeal is right here. Now this is actually oatmeal for 2 people, but it's just an example of what I like to do. So I always repackage the oatmeal into a small Ziploc bag. This is a pint-size freezer bag because it's a little bit stronger, and I'm able to put the food in there, add a little bit of let's see here, these are dehydrated berries, and you can use any kind of fruit that you like, even if you may not even want to use fruit, or if you want to use some fresh fruit. But this is very lightweight. I dehydrated these. These are raspberries, and they make the meal just a little bit more exciting. So breakfast, oatmeal, which is hot, or cold cereal, and one of my favorite cold cereals is grape nuts. Now with grape nuts, you don't want to just add water to it, do you? It's going to be a little bit plain. So what you want to do is pick yourself up some non-fat dry milk, and I use a combination of 2, and this is Nido, which is Nestle's brand, and it's whole milk instead of non-fat milk. By mixing the 2, they come out pretty nice. So I'm just going to put these off to the side. It's typically what I do for a breakfast. These are 2 packets, is normally what I use. 2 packets of instant oatmeal. You just add hot water. Again, I put that into a freezer bag and just add hot water. You don't need any of the freeze-dried milk to make it work, and it makes a real nutritious meal for breakfast. So that would be for breakfast. Now, snacks are going to be probably your largest meal, and you're going to be grazing during the day. After breakfast, you're probably going to want to graze on some trail mix. I like to go to Costco and get a big thing of trail mix, and it's a real good mix of peanuts, M&Ms, candies, raisins, almonds, cashews, all the good stuff. Again, I put this into a freezer bag so that I don't have to bring this big, heavy, bulky, obnoxious bag. But instead, I bring just enough, usually about 1.5 cups per 24-hour day. So you're probably going to want to bring maybe 3 cups of trail mix will do you for a weekend. Something else I like to bring are cheese. This is mozzarella string cheese. It's already prepackaged and sealed. You're going to want to leave it sealed. You don't want to prepackage these. Another one of my favorites are these Baby Bells, and it comes in a package with wax. You do have to deal with the wax, but again, I just put that into a used freezer bag. After I'm done with it, it becomes my trash bag, and I end up with very little to no trash, or actually very little trash at the end of the trip. So that would be a lunch item. Another lunch item are just simple granola bars or energy bars. One of my favorites are the Clif bars. They taste good. There's a large variety of different bars to choose from, and there's pretty concentrated calories and protein to get you through the day. Something else I like are Triscuits. Put these in a freezer bag along with just miscellaneous meat sticks. These are Slim Jim sausage bites. I typically choose, now these are singles, little singles. I usually choose about 10 of these per day, along with some of that cheese, some of the crackers, and it makes a real nice lunch. I get these from Costco, and these are steak strips, extra thick cut. I put those into a separate freezer bag, or I put it in with some of the other cheese and crackers. I just go ahead and mix them. It all ends up in your stomach anyway, right? Yeah. Anyway, but it makes a real nice treat on the trail and before and after dinner. Here are some other little ideas here. These are Ritz Bits peanut butter cookies. Again, this package is heavy, it's bulky, and you don't want to deal with it after you're done. So I pre-package, or I repackage these into another bag, usually mix it in with some other crackers, so just to save space and weight. These are from, I want to say these are from Target, but these are blueberry pomegranate fruit twists. These are like fruit roll-ups, and they're real small and they're tasty. You can also, on larger trips, on short trips, I usually don't bring one of these, but this is an Italian dry salami. It's very concentrated. It's pretty heavy, but there's a lot of good meat in here to sustain you for more than a weekend typically. Another one of my favorites are Fig Newtons. Now, if you've seen from my other videos, I'm a huge fan of the 99-cent store. So I picked these up at the 99-cent store, and these are 99 cents, and they're Fig Newtons, and they're a great treat on the trail. Also, on hot days especially, you're going to want to replace some of your electrolytes. Gatorade makes a real nice electrolyte mix, as well as a few others, but this is one of my favorites. So that's something else that should be in your arsenal of food. Now for dinner, I keep it real simple. I typically use the Mountain House brand freeze-dried. Chili Mac with beef is one of the Scouts' favorites. It's one of my favorites as well. It's extremely lightweight. It doesn't take up a lot of volume, and this is enough dinner for 2 people. And so again, you don't want to bring the whole package. It's heavy, it's bulky, pretty obnoxious. So I just take this out, weigh the contents so it's equal on each side, and I write, and this is real important, guys, I put it in the bag, I write what it is, and I put my name on it so we can keep track of all of my food, because when there's 15 people on a trip, you're going to get food kind of mixed up. So you're going to want to keep track of your own food. So make sure that you do that, okay? So that would be for dinner. And another real easy dinner is, you guessed it, college favorite, Top Ramen. It's very inexpensive, it's really good. But Top Ramen on itself can get a little bit monotonous, a little boring. So I like to add either fresh vegetables for the first night, because you don't want to carry all those fresh vegetables, for too long. But I will usually bring these. I have dehydrated some broccoli, and this is probably full handfuls of broccoli. Just let it sit in hot water for a while, and it makes a great meal. Now, if you really want to spice things up, you can bring a little thing of a little packet of hot sauce, and that makes it a little exciting. This is enough hot sauce probably to include the whole troop of 15 on a backpack trip. So something else to consider for dinner. Now for desserts, these apple crisps. I get these at Target, Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. All these stores, they have freeze-dried apples and other fruit. They're fairly inexpensive, and they're really, really good. Now, one thing that I think is really important is that the moment you open this package, moisture gets in, and you don't want that. Otherwise, they start getting a little bit chewy. So you're going to probably want to eat these your first day if you repackage it. And you're going to want to repackage because, again, this wrapper's designed for these things to last 2 years. But in a Ziploc bag, it's only going to last a couple of days. So these are good. And something else, Snickers is probably, is this right? Yeah, Snickers is probably the backpackers and through hiking favorite, because it is loaded with calories, and chocolate, you can't go wrong. With peanuts, no question. This is JT with TrekLeader.com, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment or send me an email. Thank you very much.